Sure.
Good afternoon, listeners. I'm Melody Sinclair.
And I'm McCano, Senior Executive Vice Senior President of Shadaloo's Department of Treasury. You're listening to How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. Mel, what do you think about Labubus?
Not as cute as Beanie Babies. I had a few of those as a kid.
Beanie Babies never really made it over to Shadaloo until they weren't really a thing anymore. They were definitely on the cultural decline before I ever saw one.
It never fails to amaze me, the things you missed out on as a kid.
My country was under a near global embargo for most of my childhood. Either way, here.
Is this?
It's a Labubu. Shadaloo exclusive. You might even call it a Labubu.
I might not.
Still, it's part of a Labubu Destiny is Destiny cross-branding thing, featuring 5 of the main cast: JC McWoo, Flyin' Jenny, Dr. Sexy, Buck Washington, and ever more. I was only able to get a few of them. Yours, of course, Buck Washington. I got a McWoo and an Evermore. About 12 Bison dollars for each of them.
Thank you, Red. So, I take it Labubus are pretty popular in Shadaloo Tutu?
Most of Southeast Asia, really. Shadaloo is no exception. People still use the imagery of Labubus for tattoos and Buddhist amulets to promote good fortune and prosperity. Very popular still. I've heard it ain't quite the same here in Opossum City, though.
Pastor Rick Swindoll of the 6th Baptist Church of Heavenly Ascension has made local headlines again for hosting a Labubu burning event at Parky Park last weekend to protest the toy and call for a boycott against Pop Mart for, quote, the promotion of devil worship and idolatry, end quote. We have a short clip from one of his public sermons.
A cultural red flag. The devil's influence takes many shapes. He is subtle. He does not come to us with horns and a pitchfork. Except for that one time he came to us with horns and a pitchfork. This isn't just about some popular children's toy. There is always a new toy to tempt our children from the grace of God. Not once has the devil won. Not with Dungeons and Dragons. Not with Pokemon. Not with Tattoo Assassins. The Labubu represents a greater threat to the innocence of our children. With a winking eye and smiling teeth, the Labubu makes light of the horror and mischief and sin. They glorify the monsters and witches and demons that we cast out of our lives. Wake up! Pray! We make our stand here. We cannot let the Labubu win.
A second burning is to take place on Halloween, which doubles as a protest against Halloween itself.
I mean, I can't blame the pastor for that one. If all I had to look forward to on Halloween was Halloween candy, I'd protest too.
Are we going to have a problem? Are you really coming after Smarties, Red?
Mel, I thought Smarties were an off-brand of Tums for the longest time.
You're really coming after M&M's, Red?
Mel, the absolute state of American chocolate.
You're really going to sit this close to me, knowing I am armed and ready to throw down, and say that you're coming after Skittles, Redford, Lester, McCano?
Melody Katana Sinclair, I'm going to sit right here and tell you that Skittles are such a besmirchment to the very concept of candy that we cannot legally import them into Shadaloo.
Well, I say this is going to come to blows. So, how about you give us this week's global exchange rates?
Alrighty, kicking things off with the United States of America US dollar, 0.146. The Danish krone into Bison dollars exchange rate, 0.023. The Quetzal from Guatemala, 0.019. The Great Britain pound sterling, 0.197, not 0.2. Every Bison dollar does not, in fact, equal 5 British pounds. The Japanese yen, 0.001. The current exchange rate of the euro into Bison dollars, 0.172. The Turkish lira, 0.004. And we're going to cap things off with the Philippine peso, 003.
And this is still the All Request Hour here on FGC Radio. So before we go to break, tell us what you'd like to hear. Listener, you're on FGC Radio. What's your name and where are you from?
Hi, Melody. I'm Robin, and I'm a local listener in Opossum City.
What can we play for you, Robin?
Could you play Nihil Redux, please?
We certainly can. Stay tuned for more How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. We'll be back after the break, but for now, this is Nihil Redux from Rivals of Aether. Hello, listeners. I'm Melody Sinclair, and you're listening to How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. Our station is continuing coverage on the assassination of King Mile Volkov of Alstonia. If you're just joining us, approximately an hour and a half ago, reports began circulating in local Alstonian media outlets that there was a disturbance at the royal palace, that there was allegedly a shooting. Several security personnel and one of the king's top aides, Goran Starovoit, were confirmed injured and hospitalized at a local medical facility. The palace went into a complete media lockdown. The announcement was made shortly after we cut to break. King Mile Volkov is dead. He died at 10:35 a.m. local time. The exact cause of death has not been officially released, but the ISS chief Dirk Venlo made it clear this was an assassination. The king was murdered. Prince Varin Volkov, the king's first son, is next in line of succession. Reports indicate he has been officially crowned king of Alstonia as of 12:05 local time. Please excuse us, listeners. We're filtering in these updates as we receive them. Do you need to get that?
What? No. Obviously, this is a massive tragedy. I've lived through 3 successful attempts on General M. Bison's life. I know what it's like to live in the wake of your leader's death. Of course, it's a little different. The leader of our nation being an energy symbiote with a waiting supply of replacement bodies to occupy in the event of situations like this. I assume King Volkov, no replacement bodies.
As of right now, there is one primary suspect. They are at large. A manhunt is currently underway, led by the ISS with support from local police. The country is going into lockdown. The suspect is believed to still be in the country. An image has been released. What the ever-living
What?
Red! Is that Lance?
What? No. How could it be? I mean, that could be anyone. That could be a clone. It wouldn't be the first clone to assassinate a world. I should see what all of these phone calls are about. Yeah. What the hell is going on? What do you mean?
Cut it. Break. Welcome back, listeners. I'm Melody Sinclair for FGC Radio. We wanted to take a moment to apologize for any unsubstantiated claims concerning the suspect in the assassination of King Mile Volkov. The identity of the suspect has not been confirmed by the Alstonian ISS or any other reliable source. Until that time, we will refrain from speculation and continue with today's broadcast. This is still the All Request Hour on FGC Radio. Caller, you're on FGC Radio. What's your name and where are you from?
Hi, Melody. Hi, Red. I'm Redah from the dilapidated Temple of Mu.
Red has not actually returned yet. We're hoping he'll rejoin us. I'm sure he'd appreciate your request, though. What can we play for you?
Prima Materia de Rebus from Elemental Rift.
Absolutely. Stick around, listeners. There's still more How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio when we return. Without my co-host. Welcome back. You're listening to How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. This is Destiny occurred over the weekend. Hundreds of players attended the event at the Esports Arena in Shadaloo City to compete in a wide range of tournaments. The event was headlined by the Destiny is Destiny tournament bracket. For those results, we return to Shadaloo City Esports correspondent Samson Escapades. Samson?
Thank you, Melody. 107 players registered for the Destiny is Destiny tournament to battle it out for the final championship tournament of the year. The very best of the 2025 tournament season were represented and were joined by many newer players looking to make an impact.
There's no better place to start than on the biggest stage.
Indeed. Competition was fierce in the first several rounds. There was no shortage of upsets. The likes of Spectral, Didmark, the Red Tornado, and Chicken Katsu Fury were all knocked into the losers bracket in the second round. Only Didmark managed to bounce back and make a run. By rounds 3 and 4, the season's biggest names began colliding with one another, narrowing the field. Top 16 was a well-rounded bracket of top 20 players: Max Adam, Shadaloo Wu, Kill It Will, HMI Latvarian Franks, JCT 9090, Jimmins, Dougie J, and Didmark. They were joined by several competitors on the brink of a breakout performance: Chai, Tree, Bunny, Frumious, and John Handgun. And that left the newest batch of players either making their debut at This Is Destiny or still relatively new to the scene: Ender Sucks at Games, Dr. Butler, and Shiori. Experience went out by the time we reached the final 6 players, all top 20 ranked. Max Adam and Kill It Will in the semifinals, while JCT 9090, Dougie J, Shadaloo Wu, and Didmark battled it out in round 10 of the losers bracket. Max Adam and Kill It Will's Flyin' Jenny mirror match was considered one of the best in the later stages of the bracket. JCT bested Dougie J, and Shadaloo Wu knocked last year's champion Didmark from the tournament. Shadaloo Wu over JCT 9090 in losers round 11, the winner to face Max Adam in losers finals. Unfortunately, Max Adam could not repeat his round 6 victory over Shadaloo Wu. Shadaloo Wu's Sable Nyx deflected all of Max Adam's attempts to close the gap between them. She advanced to grand finals against Kill It Will, leaving Max Adam in 3rd place with 5 wins and 2 losses. It was the perfect warm-up for Shadaloo Wu, as both Max Adam and Kill It Will share a main. Her Sable Nyx bested Will's Flyin' Jenny 3-1 to reset the bracket, and then 3-1 again to capture the bracket entirely. Your 2025 This Is Destiny champion is Shadaloo Wu.
Congratulations, Shadaloo Wu, and to all the competitors at This Is Destiny. It was an impressive tournament season, and I can't wait to see what's in store for next year. Speaking of, Spinning Cube Games unveiled their latest trailer, revealing the rest of the roster for their 2026 update to Destiny is Destiny.
I don't want to pat myself on the back too much, but it feels great to say that I was right. The first character revealed was Xion Juarez, a guest character from Gunsmoke Icarus.
Gunsmoke Icarus can be found at globalcomics.com if you want to learn more about Xion before the update drops in January.
Joining Xion is Cheret Salem, a former Bison trooper, Rat Se Tang, a streamer, and the 7-card Stud, a big-body casino bouncer. They join Mal 122C, the King, the Drag King, and the Dragon King to double the roster size of Destiny is Destiny.
How excited are you for the update, Samson?
Incredibly. I'm Samson Escapades, Shadaloo City Shadaloo. Back to you, Melody.
You're listening to How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. We are still in the middle of our all-request hour, which means we have one more request left. Cap it off, caller. You're on FGC Radio. What's your name and where are you from?
What's up? Dougie J, Shadaloo City.
Oh, Dougie J, hi! Congratulations on your 5th place finish at This Is Destiny. That must have felt incredible.
Yeah, it was okay, I guess. I was just happy to get some games and hang out with everyone.
I'm glad you had a great time. I have a feeling I already know the answer to this, but what can we play for you, Dougie J?
I think you can play some Brave Sword and Braver Soul.
We can. You're listening to How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. Stick around, there's still a little bit of the show left, but for now, here's Brave Sword, Braver Soul from Soul Calibur 2.
Welcome back, comrades. You're listening to How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio. That was Brave Sword, Braver Soul from Soul Calibur 2. I missed a Dougie J request, I take it?
And the results of This Is Destiny. Everything okay?
No! We got anything else?
That's our time, Red, but stick around and stay tuned to FGC Radio for more great music and our continued coverage of this international tragedy, should there be any new developments. For FGC Radio, I'm Melody Sinclair.
And I'm Red McCano, Senior Executive Vice Senior President of Shadaloo's Department of Treasury. Gloria ad Pax Bisonica. Enjoy your day. Ha ha. What was that for?
I can't believe you said my middle name on the air.
You said mine first. Besides, what's wrong with Katana?
It's embarrassing, Red.
Doesn't it just mean pure in, like, Edenian or something like that? I mean, I'm just named after some town my great-grandfather visited. Mel, he wasn't even born there or lived there. You know what Leicester means? From Leicester. How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio is a How Much in Bison Dollars production brought to you by FGC Radio. You can follow FGC Radio on Blue Sky at FGC Radio. How Much in Bison Dollars on FGC Radio features music by Terrible Brosif. You can follow Brosif on both Twitter and TikTok at Terrible Brosif. The role of Red McCano is played by me, How Much in Bison Dollars. You can find me on most social media sites at HMI Bison Dollars or beat arcade mode on Maximum with Shin Akuma. Melody Sinclair was portrayed by Solstice Hannan. Solstice can be found on most relevant and some irrelevant social media sites at Darker Solstice. Pastor Rick Swindoll was portrayed by Frumious. You can follow Frumious at Frumious Gaming on both Blue Sky and YouTube. Robin was portrayed by Dominiq Thrailkill. Redah was portrayed by Redah Winsblow. You can follow Redah on Blue Sky and Twitter at NRUTD. And check out their platform fighter Elemental Rift. You can play it now on itch.io, and it's coming soon to early access on Steam. The links can be found in the show notes on this episode. Samson Escapades was portrayed by Professor Tom of the Shujin Academy VGM Club podcast. You can follow the professor on Blue Sky at Shujin Academy and on Instagram at Shujin Academy VGM Club. You can listen to the Shujin Academy VGM Club podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. Dougie J was portrayed by Faust. Faust can be found on Instagram and Twitter at SadBoyFaust. Special thanks to FGC Radio for broadcasting this show, and thank you, comrades, for listening to it. That concludes the first season of How Much in Bison Dollars. We'll be back in February of next year with Season 2. Stay tuned to FGC Radio to occasionally catch some reruns of Season 1. Reruns of broadcasts can also be found on platforms like YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever else you might enjoy listening to podcasts. If you've got the Bison Dollars to spare and would like to support the show monetarily, t-shirts and stickers are available on Redbubble at hmibisondollars.redbubble.com. How Much in Bison Dollars is also on Patreon with paid membership starting at only $2. Membership grants you access to our entire archive of previously broadcasted content. That's over 100 solo broadcasts, our 2024 Christmas special, and all of Season 1's offerings as they release. No more waiting for episodes to eventually show up on podcasting platforms. New episodes can be found on Patreon the same day they broadcast live on FGC Radio. Enlist today at patreon.com/HMI Bison Dollars. We'll be adding a new tier with exclusive content next year in 2026. This week's divination by Groppler Morn is 385560. Spoiler alert, everyone dies next year. Huh, well, that's concerning. Thank you, and take care.